Hello, how are you doing? I saw a picture, I think today or yesterday, of Cristiano Ronaldo's son. He was training with the Portuguese national team, that's the football team. I think it was the under 15 team. And yes, his name is literally Cristiano Ronaldo, but Junior, right? Of course, to differentiate him from his dad. Now, of course, we know his dad to be very competitive, very driven. And, looking at him, sometimes I've even seen some of his games. I get to wonder whether he would be a phenomenon like his dad. I get to wonder whether he would really be good. And this concept of having mentors, the world gets to preach it. You go to business circles like I have done, you hear, oh, have a mentor and all that. You go to even religious circles like I have done, and then you hear, oh, get a mentor and all that. Sometimes I get to wonder whether the real mentor is within you, whether you are supposed to be your own mentor. It is good to hear suggestions and advices. It is good to hear concepts, hints, life hacks from people who have traveled a particular path. But when you are Cristiano Ronaldo's son and your name is literally Cristiano Ronaldo Jr., does that mean you may be as good as, let me say, Lamine Yamal that plays for Barcelona? I don't think Lamine Yamal's father is a footballer, but Lamine Yamal is doing a good job so far. I hope he continues. Michael Jackson has nephews that are into music, right? And for some reason, I don't even think they're anywhere close to, I don't know, Chris Brown. Do you get what I'm trying to say? In other words, this concept of mentorship, is it real? My dad used to tell us when we were growing up that the orphan outside would hear what a father or a parent, a mother is telling their kids, and would take it more seriously than those of the household. That's the children of the person, of the parents. And so sometimes I see these people who have direct access to leadership examples, right? And a lot of the time, they don't exactly inspire me from watching them. Maybe this is me trying to encourage those who don't have access to mentors. Because in fact, sometimes they'll tell you in books and in seminars that you should get a mentor. Believe you me, you don't even have access to those mentors. Or at least try going after those mentors and asking them questions. It will be easier for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for you to meet those mentors that you think you want to meet. Right? So what I'm trying to say is, you have to meet yourself. You have to seek for your own attention. You have to book a date, a counseling moment with yourself. I think that you are your greatest mentor. I think that you're the one who knows where the shoe pinches. So just like Cristiano Ronaldo's son, I don't think he will eventually become phenomenal. I don't even think he'll become half as good as his dad. George Opongwea, the only African to have won World Baller of the Year as at the time of producing this video, his son is also a footballer or a soccer player because he plays in the US. Trust me, the guy has never made top 20 top footballers of the year, any year. But his father is literally George Opongwea. And his father even became the president of Liberia. So in other words, he has access to a good footballer and he has access to resources to make him the best. So what is the missing link? The missing link is himself. A lot of the time we keep on chasing after mentors, or we keep on chasing after so-called privileges. Meanwhile, you have always been your own privilege. You have always been your own mentor. Just sit with yourself quietly and wonder what you want to make of yourself. And try to put your best every day. Try to invest in yourself. Try to fold your sleeves up. Try to sweat it out. Try to burn the midnight candle. Work really hard on anything that you are passionate about, anything that is going to bring resources to your own coffers or to your own table, and be good at it. If you have access to connections, good and fine. But in reality, just work really hard. The Bible says that, I'm quoting it, but I hope I get the quotation right. I have seen princes walk on foot and beggars ride on horses. So having privilege, having access does not exactly help you at the core of your calling. It may just help you to have access into some doors, yes, but tendencies are that you would make a mockery of those opportunities. You would not maximize the open doors that you have by reason of access to those mentors and those opportunities. There is this book we were so passionate about. It is titled The Purpose-Driven Life. It is by an author, Rick Warren. I think during President Obama's inauguration, he was even like a guest speaker. This book shaped our lives while we were growing up. Like, I read this book back to back, right? Purpose-Driven Life. Do you know that the author of Purpose-Driven Life had a son that unalived himself, allegedly, right? I'm just using allegedly because a lot of things happen in this life. And, for someone to do that to themselves, and your dad is literally the author of a bestseller titled Purpose-Driven Life, you would even wonder whether the man's son had a purpose to his own life. Now, of course, I understand that from what I've read about the incident, that the guy was depressed, he had depression and all that. He had mental challenges. But if the mental challenges, for what I've known so far, I may be wrong, had to do with depression, But on the surface, just generally speaking, the author of Purpose-Driven Life had a son who did not think he should be here. It is not a very pleasant situation, and this is not me trying to make light of it or mock him. But it's just a sad, it's ironic to think about it, right? So when you have access to good examples, when you have access to people who are leaders in something, is it that we tend to take it to levity? Is it that we tend to make a joke of it, of the opportunity we have? Or is it that, which may be even more important, is it that the parents or those leaders in those capacities are usually more bent into being leaders to the outside world and not necessarily being leaders to their own? I don't know what the issue is. I don't know where the missing link is. Someone should help me find that missing link, because some things that happen in life, I just look and wonder, what's actually happening here, right? Michael Jackson has nephews that are singers, and I don't know any of their songs. Of course, Purpose-Driven Life, I've talked about that. I wish I did not have to talk about that, but somehow I just have to mention it. It's an unfair situation. It's not palatable to even me, but I just have to say it. And then we have CR7, that's Cristiano Ronaldo's son, playing football. or soccer as it's called in the US, would he actually become a very sensational footballer? I don't think Cristiano Ronaldo had a footballer father. I don't think Lionel Messi had a footballer father. I don't think David Beckham had a footballer father. But yes, there are some times when it works, but generally speaking, my advice for you is that you should find yourself as your mentor. You should know where in your shoe that pinches you and work really hard. And not exactly envy those who seem to have access to mentors or leadership or resources. They may likely fumble with all the opportunities they have. Likely. The true mentor, the true teacher is actually within you. And I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm not even here to make you happy for the moment. Just always spend time with yourself and figure out what you want. Even when you don't figure out what you want, just think of anything you want to try to achieve and work hard at it. You become your own shining light. You become your own Usher Raymond. That did not have to be Michael Jackson's nephew or anything else. Just work hard on your craft. Build your own skill sets. Polish your products that you want to sell. You will most likely make it bigger than those who you think have access to resources and mentorship. You are your own mentor. That's what I think. What do you think? Thank you.